All right, let's get it together. Got that. And we're going to put it in one of the groups. Okay. Seems like I need to share it somewhere else. I think there's one more place. Alright, so let me put one in the group. Okay. Like that. Let me put it in one more place, and then we should be good. And I appreciate everyone's patience while I'm sharing and trying to get it out there. You know? What's happening, Louis? What's up, Hassan? What's going on? Oh, yeah. How's my audio coming through? I know it is. It's mad loud in here. Like, it's pretty loud in here right now. A lot going on. So I'm hoping my audio is coming through loud and clear. And I got it pointed in a few places, so I'm trying to keep up with everywhere that I sent it to. So you'll bear with me. I'm about to tell them to change this playlist too. They was playing some good music a second ago. Now they're playing this. And these people right here behind me are hilarious. It's like a little clique of old people, and they just over here wilding out. It ain't nothing like old New York heads. You hear him laughing. Wow. They're a trip. They were keeping me company. But I'm almost done sharing, so get started in a second. Alright, so I got it in the group. I should have it on my timeline. And I wanted to share one more page. And if they mad loud, like, I apologize. They just mad loud. Like they took over. It was mad peaceful till they got here. Now it's what you hear now. They just over there wilding. I got one more group to put it in, and then we're good to go. All right, cool. All right, we good. All right. So what's happening, everybody? What's up, Stacy? I think I see Jonathan on here, Nina, Monica, Ronnie, Derek, Mary, Erica. My cousin Rena's on here too. What's up, Rena? Yeah, so another week getting at this money, right? You know, I like to come on every week on Friday and just recap. Recap the week. Yeah, but we had another great week in the market, and even though there were very few opportunities available, that's actually a good thing for us, because what it means is, God bless you, what it means is if the market is not presenting us with opportunities, we know why it's not. So that means that we don't put ourselves in a vulnerable position to lose money. And how awesome is that? If we're not making money, we're not losing money. So we're either doing one or two things. We're either making some money or we're not losing our money. Stan said too much background noise. Well, Stan, Starbucks, brother. Starbucks on a Friday night. Yeah, I apologize for all the racket in the background. But it is what it is. But anyway, so how did you guys do this week? I always like to see and talk about the week and what went on. I know a few people mentioned to me that they didn't take any trades this week. That's a good thing. One of the things too that you'll find, especially if like you're kind of new to my content and to what I do, you know, we trade the financial markets, and what we do basically is we use our skill to take a small amount of money and make it a big amount of money. If you can do that consistently, where you can take a small account, you know, be profitable and not lose, you are doing better than probably 99% of everybody out there, like, period. So the key to it is being able to have the necessary patience and discipline that you need in order to remain consistent, because, you know, the market is something that will it will do a lot of testing. It'll test you a lot. You know what I mean? Like, oh, did somebody move? I think somebody moved. I'm about to relocate. Just sit tight. Hope that lady don't beat me to it though. Alright. I'm about to go over there right now. They killing me over here. Be right back. This should be a lot better. Yo, they was killing me over there. I was like, if y'all don't shut up. Am I mean for saying that? Nah, they was mad loud though. Like, they ain't care nothing about nothing. It's like, we don't care about your little video. We running this. Alright, so we good. Yeah, but anyway, so this should be a lot better. I know that you still hear music, but you shouldn't hear all of that racket you was hearing a minute ago from the old heads. Yeah, but like I was saying, I don't know if I like this angle right here. Hold on. That's a little better. Yeah, it was definitely a learning week. You're right about that one. And that's one of the main things too that you had to realize. Like, it's one of the reasons why I like to come on live and just recap what we actually did during the week, because, you know, like, to be able to share and to talk about what your experience was, it helps to keep you on track. You got to understand something about, like, when you're building your wealth and you're in a position where you can earn consistently, you have to remain in that position. So it's not like it's a one-shot deal where, you know, you put yourself in position and then it's an automatic thing that you stay like that. That's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, it's probably way more difficult to keep your money than it is to make money in the first place. So once you do begin to actually make money and earn consistently, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like doing that. If I could have punched one of them old people in the face, I would have. I'm just kidding. Yeah, they was having a good time and enjoying themselves, so I can't be mad at that. But yeah, you know, it's way more difficult to keep your wealth, to keep your ability to earn, than it is to make money in the first place. Like, sometimes people might have a stroke of luck, so to speak, where, you know, they start out with something new and they do well in the beginning, and then they start to kind of drift off and fall off as time goes by. Like, that's one of the reasons why you see me consistently keep on top of everyone in the group. Like, I'm constantly on everybody, because I know what it takes to keep your skill at a high level. Said, did I miss a fight? Why am I not seeing those comments on here? Hold on, man. I gotta figure out why I'm not seeing them over here. What is that? What's up, Jermaine? They'll talk about, did I miss a fight? Nah, it wasn't no fight. Nah, they ain't want it with Hov. ROC too strong for y'all. Okay, now I see the comments over here. What's up, Damien? What's up, Joshua? Yeah, and they old New York heads too. Oh my goodness, they was just going in. I was like, if y'all don't shut up, because like there's no reason for you to be that loud. Like everybody at the table can hear each other. You don't have to be screaming and yelling at each other. But you know, they old. They probably been retired for like 15 years already. They ain't got nothing else to do other than come to Starbucks on Friday. It ain't like they can go to the club, right? So you can't be mad at them. Said crazy how things come full circle. That's true. Alright. Hope my audio ain't go out. I hate when people call me when I'm doing a live because my audio goes out. You still got audio, right? I hope you still got audio. Yeah, the vibe is definitely real. But yeah, man. So you know, as far as just being in position to make your money consistently, you know, that's something that is not like anybody's giving this skill to you. You have to develop and you have to continuously build and maintain the skill level that you have. You know, like it's not a given, and you can't really take it for granted because, you know, the market does what it wants to do, and you have to always remember that too. So, you know, there'll be times like this week, for example, just to put it in perspective. This week, if you're someone that hasn't been training for a while, you don't get trades this week, and you feel like, oh, I didn't have a good week because I didn't get any trades. As time goes by, you begin to get out of that mindset and you start to actually think like a professional. You start to think like, you know, someone that is actually doing this as their career. And as you begin to think like that, you begin to realize like, wow, you know what? I didn't lose a dime this week. And it's like that, when you finally realize what you're capable of doing by not losing money in the market, because remember, we're dealing with the market. Like, you're dealing with the very thing that people have such a hard time making money in all the time. People have a difficult time making money. It don't matter what market it is, stock market, you know, people that trade in cryptocurrency and doing all type of new stuff now. It's not easy for people to make money because they don't understand what they're doing. They really don't, especially not the average person. And anybody that's trading at a high professional level, they're not knocking on your door sharing the information on how they're doing it. You see what I'm saying? They keeping that for themselves so that they can continue to have the edge all the time. That's how they maintain the edge. But the one thing that I know about, you know, sharing and making your knowledge available to others is that when you do that, that's like the gateway to more knowledge and continued success. You know what I'm saying? If you want to continue to be successful at something that you do, you have to share the knowledge of it. There's no other way. Because how are you supposed to grow unless you plant? You can't grow nothing without planting seeds. You see what I'm saying? So sharing your knowledge is what keeps more knowledge coming to you. It keeps that circle turning. And that's really what it is. Like, people keep wondering, like, damn, You know, Mark be he makes his money every week, and you know, he doesn't lose. You got to realize it's not just me. It's not just me doing that. There are a lot of people right behind me doing the same thing, and it's going to continue to get better, and it's going to continue to get bigger. So what I like to do is I like to share, and I like to talk about the reason behind why we are succeeding the way that we are. You know what I'm saying? So it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm in position to share the knowledge. I share the knowledge, and I don't try to keep it and hold it back to myself. And it's like the more that I share, the more success continues to come. And that's hard. Like that's a very powerful position to be in. It's like you just keep sharing, keep receiving. Keep sharing, keep receiving. And that's why when we move together collectively, you see that within the training is keeping everyone mentally at a certain level. It's like we're staying connected to one another. That's why we hold each other accountable in the group. Because the more that we do that for one another, the more consistent everyone in the group is going to continue to be. And the more consistent we are, it just continues to open up the floodgate for more success. So that loop is crazy. It just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And it's not going to stop. It's just not going to stop. I see Julius in here. What's happening, Julius? What's up? I see Brady. I see Quando Malone. Yeah, what's good, y'all? Seems like it's somewhere else I'm not seeing comments, though. Somewhere else I'm not seeing comments. Let me see something. Okay, I found it. Oh, I see you, Julius. What's good, man? Yeah, man. So, yeah, somebody said sharing is caring. Where's that? I don't see that either. What the hell? Oh, that's over. Okay, I see it. That's Damien. I see Holly. What's up, Holly? Holly says she's still unclear about OPE. Don't even worry about it, Holly. Don't even worry about it. There's a couple of trainings where I talked about it, and you know, as time goes by, we'll do the exercise on some future live trainings. I know that you guys enjoy the tools, and that's really all the OPE is. It's just a tool that we use it's a tool really that you can just use to see that there's stability present in the market, like without having to go into more of the steps of the protocol yet. It's not intended to replace anything, so it's not like you do that and you don't do the protocol. No, it's actually a tool that's designed to help you to understand the protocol even better, because stability is what comes at the end of when you actually apply the protocol. By the time you get to phase 3 and you're applying, the rules, in order for what we're waiting for to come, you have to have stability in the market. So that OPE, that's an exercise that is designed to help you see stability kind of independent of anything else. That's really all it's for. It's just a tool. It's another tool, Benito, what's up? What's going on? Benito's another one of our shooters. I think Benito is about 5 months in now with no losing trades. I was talking about that earlier when I was over there on the other side with the old heads. I had to relocate. I was on the way on the other side of the Starbucks, and these old folks over there was mad loud. Like they was just obnoxiously loud. Like it was crazy. It was too much. So I was on the lookout for another table to relocate to, and I found one finally. So we good. But yeah, I see Matthew. What's good, Matthew? Alright, I see Quando. I see somebody said they was 0-0 too. Who's that? Yeah, we had a lot of 0-0 this week. No wins, but no losses. I like to put the emphasis on that because, like I was saying, for anybody that just came on, a little early I was talking about how the ability for you not to lose is very important for you to maintain your wealth. You know, you're learning something that's gonna keep you in position to earn money, but not just earn money, you in position to increase and to scale up your income. It allows you to scale up your income when you have this skill. It's just a matter of, you know, making a little tweak. We just increase our contract size, boom, we make more money doing the exact same thing that we always do. You see what I'm saying? So the same skill that you are demonstrating when you only have $100 to start off with in your account, you're going to be doing the same thing when your account is at $10,000. So what you're doing when you only trade in one contract, you're going to be doing the same exact thing when you trade in 20, 30, 40, 50 contracts, 70, 100 contracts. And at the larger contract levels, your income is being scaled up with the contracts. You see? So it's up to you to determine at what point you want to increase your income, give yourself a raise. You can do that whenever you want to. Now, with the spreadsheet is the guide. The spreadsheet is going to guide you and let you know at what point to scale up based on your account size. So what does that mean? It means that you have efficient money management included in that spreadsheet. And that's very powerful because what it means is that you don't have to worry about it. All you got to do is just demonstrate your skill. You know what I'm saying? Just demonstrate your skill. Boom, boom, boom. Remain consistent. You don't deviate from the process that you're being trained to do. Stick to the process. Don't try to make it go by faster. Don't try to rush. Stick to the script. And by doing that, the spreadsheet is the guide and the roadmap that's going to allow you to elevate a very small account that you start off with, because we start with $100. That's why when you see me doing the challenges, all of my challenges start at $100, because you don't need to start with more than that when you have skill. You see what I'm saying? You got skill, start with $100 and take it somewhere. Take 100 to 200, 2 to 500, 500 to a G. And there's nothing that can stop you because you're doing the same work the whole time. The skill is the same. It's not like you got to do something different when you get a larger account. You do the exact same thing when your account gets bigger. Come on, man. That's why it's like ain't nobody out there got nothing for what we doing at all. We dealing with skill. It's not like it's a, it's some kind of special magical thing that you're using to make money with. It's just you and your ability to interpret the market, to know exactly what to do and what not to do, to know how to avoid losing your money, and to know when to collect money when the market is giving it up. Come on, man. That's why I'm always calm and cool about it, because we don't do anything different. We always are doing the same thing over and over and over again. Week in, week out, day in, day out. And it does not change, and we don't deviate. I'm always curious too, like sometimes when I talk to people, I help them to realize. I see Walter. What's up, Walter? Matthew said chillin'. 3 shots, 3 kills. So Matthew was 3-0. See what I'm saying? I was 2-0. We had a lot of people that were 0-0. I think Jay Carley was 4-0. So, you know, I love to hear that O on the end. That 0 on the end means that we ain't lose nothing. Come on, man. Come on. Not losing is bigger than winning. It really is. Oh, here's all the comments over here. All right. Sheesh, I'm just seeing this over here too. All right, finally found it. Okay, Benito said he was 0-0. Damien said, I truly baptized myself with MRMH. I'm even surprised about my change of gear. I feel like I'm just so tired of the losses that I'm willing to get molded. That's a huge realization right there. That's huge. Like, and this is the type of stuff that goes on all the time. You know, as people train and just continue to navigate through training, it is inevitable that you're going to ultimately find your way. It doesn't, like, I don't care how fast you try to move through, you know, and I know that it's a natural inclination that people have to try to move through something faster and to accelerate the process. I know that that's natural for people to do, but you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it be. Let it be. You're going to learn at your own pace. Keep it at that. Learn at your own pace and don't try to make it go by faster. Because just the fact that you're doing it means that it's going to actually go by. I gave an example of what some people end up doing. They'll try to speed things up, and instead of speeding things up, they'll mess things up. They'll mess things up, and then they'll give up. So you see how it moves along. You try to speed it up, you mess it up, and then you give it up. You don't want that to be what you do. You don't want that to be your narrative. So just leave it be. Let it be what it is. Move and train at your pace. Allow the information and the knowledge to sink into you, and don't deviate from anything that you're being trained to do. That's it. That's how you're going to win. Though, because I guarantee you, the only way that you'll lose is by giving up. That's always the way to lose, automatically. You give up, you lost. I thought I saw another comment somewhere. I see Michael on here. What's happening, Michael? I see Herbert on here. What's up, Herbert? But yeah, it's very powerful stuff, man. Very powerful stuff. You know, another thing too that I'm beginning to see is that people are always watching. Like, this is something that I've always known, but it's interesting when it actually happens and you get the evidence of it. Like, I've always known that people are always looking. Like, they're always watching. They watch the videos, they see what, you know, what's going on, they see the trades, they see the challenges, they see the lives, they see all of this content that I'm constantly putting out, and they keep hearing little things about what's going on, like amongst us in the group. So eventually, it's like pressure busts pipes. So it's like pressure is being applied when they keep hearing consistently what goes on, and they see that it never stops. Like it never, like you notice how you'll hear about something and it's hyped up, like everybody's excited about something that's going on, right? And everybody will be excited until it stops. Like once it dies down and that's it, it's over. The hype is gone, the thrill is gone. People they're not interested in it anymore, and nobody cares and nobody's doing anything, right? Now, if you compare that to what we're actually doing, people want it to be hype, but they know that it's not hype. You see what I'm saying? Like when you hear about what's possible, like I'm talking about, you could take $100, use your skill, build it up. Who don't have $100? You see what I'm saying? Like ordinary, regular people relate to that. Now, if I said you could take $10,000, it would be different. Because they're like, nah, 10,000. I don't got 10,000 to do nothing. But you have $100. You see what I'm saying? Training is $35 a month. You got $35. You see what I'm saying? So this is like that disconnect and that gap that exists between what people want to be able to do and what people actually can do. That gap is closing. And it's so amazing that you close the gap by just execution. I don't have to do anything other than what I normally do. All I normally do is just remain consistent, be consistent in the market, execute the skill. When I teach that to you guys are an extension of that. Now, within your time, you're going to put yourself in that same position. Execution and results. So now when people hear about TeamAlliance, when they see TeamAlliance, they're always associating TeamAlliance with consistency and results. And it's not hype. Like this, I'm talking about this because this kind of just came full blown to my attention this week. Like I actually realized that from conversations that I was having with several people. I'm like, wow, it's so funny how people want hype in the beginning when it's hype, but then when it falls off and it dies down, they don't want to be a part of it anymore. So my thing always was, well, this ain't hype, this is life. We're dealing with life and we're dealing with freedom. We're dealing with a skill that can get you to where you want to be. That's real life. That ain't hype. And that's the difference. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there because I was having a few conversations this week with several people about that. And that's what I really took away from it. Took that away from that conversation. It's amazing. Damien said, I learned today that there's a big difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge can be learned on a random moment. Wisdom is gained with time. Look at Damien. Damien is elevating for real. He said, why fight with acceleration? It's gonna come. Come on, man. Come on. Nuggets. Benito said, I'd rather take one good trade than take a whole bunch of little trades and overexpose myself. 100%. 100%. 100%. And it's so crazy how like the majority of people that are already in this industry that have already traded or already are in Forex, they're so used to taking a lot of trades. Like they're so used to being overexposed to the market, and they never make the connection between that overexposure and the negative results that they get. There's a connection between you overexposing yourself and losing. When you look at what your results are and you see, damn, you know, I see that I'm losing. I don't want to lose. The reason that you're losing is because you're taking too many trades. You're doing too much. But you don't have anyone there to tell you that. You see what I'm saying? And this is another reason too why I do so much content, because I know that the more information that is just readily available as far as videos, you know, posts on social media, the more that I'm able to just put all of this information out there, eventually people are going to run into the information. So now that you ran into the information, now you know, oh, Well, this guy's actually saying that you should trade less. Oh, let me take a look at what he's talking about. Boom. They go into more content. They start to get more knowledge. They start to see that there's real information that's out here. Like, this is real. Like, what we talk about in our group is life lessons. It's not just limited to trading. That's why I love, like, I've had conversations with people where they asking me, yo, Mark, why do you do all of that? You don't have to do all of that. I wouldn't be doing all of that. Like, you do lives and you do all of these videos. Why do you make so much content? I wouldn't be doing none of that. And it's like, well, if you love what you do, you're going to do it. See, if I didn't enjoy what I did, I wouldn't care. I would just be in it to trade, and that's it. I just want to get my money and I'm out. But because I love what I do, I love and I enjoy sharing the knowledge with other people, because I want to see other people enjoy the same success that I have. And then people wonder why I continue to be successful. That's the key. That's the reason why. It's because I share. Not because I keep it to myself. It's because I share the knowledge. That's why it keeps coming back to me. That's why you're never going to stop TeamAlliance. That's why it's never going to stop. Just so that everybody knows. That's what it is, man. Matthew said, work smarter, not harder. Come on, man. What's up, Grant? But yeah, man, this stuff is amazing. Like, this stuff is really amazing. And it's so funny too, because, you know, I like to track the progression of everyone in the group. And I'm able to see how people are progressing within their development by looking at their reaction to what the market presents us with. For example, this week, you know, relatively speaking, it was, in some people's eyes, like, not the best week. It wasn't a good week because some people didn't get any trades. You know what I'm saying? But within our group now, people are actually celebrating when they don't trade. And it's like, wow. Anyone on the outside looking in, it's like, why are you happy you ain't make no money? What they don't realize is that you didn't take trades. It means you didn't lose any money. You did make money. You made a lot of money. Mindset. When you switch your thinking, it opens everything up for you. And this is what happens when people come into training with us, because as soon as you get in the group, the energy and the vibration is there, and it hits you so hard that you can't help but begin to change your thinking. If you're around us for any length of time, you're going to be changed. It's like, once you get touched, that's it. It's a wrap. You got touched, man. You got touched. What's happening, Sean? Thought I saw Damien with another comment. Hold up. Where is it? Oh, over here. Damien said, and you are persistent on the same matter. You stress the same thing over and over. You're not drifting. Meaning the focus is there. I love that. TA makes it so unique. And I now understand why you wouldn't even want to teach us at the money. Yo, Damien is, woo. He said crazy. Not many people have that trait. I feel like that's the gate to failure. Absolutely. That's the reason why people don't succeed, period. They, you know, they got, like, first of all, they be having shiny ball syndrome. And they also are flip-flop. Like, really flip-flop. Like, they don't stick with anything. They move like how the wind is moving. They just, like you said, drift. I don't drift, they be drifting. That's what most people are doing all the time. I make it my business to, not just be consistent, but I know that through the consistency that the elevation is also going to come. Like, that's the reason why the training has evolved, because we own it every week. We own it. We train every single day, week after week after week. Training videos, challenges. Come on, man. Like, it's a lot. And like I said, man, that's exactly why you're not going to be able to stop what TeamAlliance is. You're just not going to be able to stop it. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. Damien said, as you said before, why change a recipe when the food tastes so good? Why change a recipe? Yes, right. Ooh, yo, I'm just realizing what you just did, Damien. Yo, Damien is talking about something that we were talking about on, I think it was YouTube. I did a YouTube live. Sorry about all this shakiness on the camera. This table is not stable. Who's that? Oh, happy Friday, Grant. Happy Friday, my man. Matthew said there's something to be said about staying in your lane, even though you see shiny cars all around. Little do they know you're in a sleeper. That's coming straight from Buddha himself. Yes, Damien. We were talking about Popeyes. Yes, that was on. I did a YouTube live early in the week, and we were talking about how Popeyes used to be like back in the day, and I was like, they only had one location in New York City. It was in Manhattan, down like by 34th Street or 14th Street, one or the other. And that's when the biscuits were just delicious, and the mashed potato was good. They didn't have a whole bunch of locations all over the place. And what happened was, as time went by and they began to change up their business model, they also changed up the recipes. And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you change up how the food tastes when that's the reason that people are coming in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that conversation, Damien brought that back up just now because that's relevant to what we're talking about right now as far as keeping what works working. Like, you don't change up if something works. If it works, you do more of it. You don't do less of it. You don't try to switch up and do something different. The chicken tastes good and it's delicious and that's why people are coming. You don't change the recipe of the chicken. It's like trying to make something better when it don't need to be made better. It's the same principle. So that's TeamAlliance right there all day. That's exactly what we're doing. We're going to just stick to the script. We're not changing the recipe. It's going to be the same thing that it is now. And it's just going to be more people that are going to be, able to have their success story through the platform. That's it. That's what it is, man. Just more people that come through. More people get the knowledge. More people get the skill. And it's I'm very appreciative because the group is now like becoming so much more cohesive. Like, people are actually beginning to learn one another inside of the group. It's easier to hold somebody accountable that you know. You know what I'm saying? You become more and more familiar with the people inside the group. You know who does what. It was like, and I can't even say that about Damien this week, but like maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I would be able to know, based on what the market was doing, that Damien took a trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just showing you how he's elevated just by making that decision to just turn the switch. It's like a little switch that you turn. Wow, you turn the switch and you just start to move different. And it's something that you have within you the whole time. You're just making the decision to turn the switch. And he turns the switch. Look at the stuff that he's saying now. Like this is crazy. This is nothing like he was sounding 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago he was like, yo, I don't know what's wrong with me. You know, I'm trying. You know, I don't want to lose, but I don't know why I'm doing it. Listen to what he's saying now. Come on, man. Yo. Y'all are going to be amazed by, like, especially this year, like 2019. There's going to be some very powerful success stories as a result of TeamAlliance. Like, for real. It's amazing, man. Gotta love it. Now, as you said, he would justify what he was doing at the same time. Yep. That is exactly what he was doing. All right, Lewis. Lewis said he got to go to work. See, and that's what we're doing this for, man. So we got that. We'll have that freedom. Yeah, man. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. I'm surprised I hardly drink any of this. It's good too. Damien said, I'd rather see the same amount in my account than wake up with nada. Pain took me here, and I tried to find reasons to be right when deep inside I knew I was wrong. Yo. Like that's remarkable. What he just said is remarkable. You know how sometimes, like, you see how someone behaves and you'll kind of be like, and this is not what I did with Damien at all, but I'm just saying, sometimes people can be so persistent with the nonsense that they do that you'll give up on them. Like, you just be like, you know what, I had enough, just forget it, do what you're going to do. And it's kind of like, you're like, just get away from me, because you're going to do what you want to do anyway, right? And the emotion that drives that action, or I should say that reaction, because that's a reaction. When you say that and you kind of throw in the towel, and because you're tired and you're frustrated with what somebody is continuing to do that's hurting themselves, it's like that energy is very overwhelming. So it takes a lot to not do that, because when somebody is persisting on doing something that's hurting themselves, it makes you want to give up on them, because it's like, damn, they're not listening to me. I'm trying to help, they're not listening, and they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you're actually seeing and how your reactions are happening. But that's something that, for me personally, I've never really put myself in a position to do that, like where I throw in the towel on somebody that is connected to me. So what I'll do is continue to do more so that they can see more. So it's like just continuing to be the example. For some people, that is eventually what will help to bring them to the light. It's like if you know that you can't help them by just talking directly to them, it's your action. It's the consistency of your action that will help to elevate them And within their time, they'll eventually make their way to where you've been trying to bring them to the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mantra in life, because that's the only way really that you can help people sometimes, is by just continuing to do what you've been doing the whole time. Because eventually for somebody, and like depending on how the person is wired, eventually it clicks for them, because they're like, well, I'm persisting, but so are they. It's like, it's crazy. Like this is a very deep, this is a deep energy and a deep realization to have. Whoever is the most persistent is going to win. That's what it is. Whoever is the most persistent will win. That's what it is. That's why when you give up, when you throw in the towel on somebody, you're like, I'm not helping you no more, you gave up on them. They're going to win with their nonsense. They're going to continue to do it because you eventually gave in. When you don't do that, you keep going and you keep moving. They're going to keep doing it, but eventually they're going to get tired and exhausted also. So eventually they'll get tired of the pain. They're inflicting pain on themselves. They're going to get tired of the pain, and they have somewhere to go. You see what I'm saying? Like, they have something to come to. Come to Jesus. Then the come to Jesus moment comes. And then that's when they come to the light. That's crazy. That's a very strong and deep realization on how people eventually get transformed and become great. Some of the greatest people were some of the worst people that have been. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy because one of the characteristics that they have is that they don't stop. They're persistent, but they're just being persistent with something that's negative and detrimental for themselves until they get exhausted and they get tired of it, and then they have somewhere else to go with that same persistence. Now they can take that persistence and flip it around and do it on something positive, and now they're gonna win big. You see that? That's Damien. That's Damien. Let me go back in the comments real quick. Damien said, it took a lot too, but people in here are powerful. Shout out to Jay Carly, Matthew, Stacy, Thomas, and many more others. Love you guys. What's up, Latasha? Grant said, that's awesome, Damien. You're really working on yourself, and that's always worth it. Damien said, my little brother Walker, of course. Love y'all. See what I'm saying? This is TeamAlliance. This is a group right here. Yes. Matthew said, the tug of war wills. That's what it is. Sean says, wow, just had the same talk about different people. What you just said made me change my mind and give them a second chance. Really, 100th chance. It's true, man. It is very true. Like I know that that's true. Because you look at some people, you be like, yo, you just want to just suffer. And it's like, they'll do that until they get tired. When they get tired, they need somewhere to go. Where they going to go? They can't come to you because you gave up on them. Where they going to go? If they can't come to you because you gave up, they're going to go back to where they left. They just came out of it. They're going back there because they have nowhere else to go. And then that's how they get caught right back up in the loop again with the same persistence. Ooh, that's deep. Yo. Wow. Sean says sometimes you can't get a person into gear. Bam. Damien said, leaving the money aside, this is teaching me a big lecture in life. Already told you, man. This is life. Like TeamAlliance is life lessons. That's what we are. Life lessons. This is life lessons, and we happen to be trading at the same time. Come on, man. Come on. It's hard. That's hard right there. Alright, man, this was awesome. This was awesome. That's why, see, this is another reason why I don't pass up also on doing the lives. Because you never know what's going to come out of these. I never know who might come on and share. You know, like Damien came on and shared tonight, man. That is, y'all don't realize like how far Damien has come within a very short period of time. And I like to use examples because these are real life, real time examples. Like Damien is on here now talking about it. It's not like I'm talking about him in the third person. He's on now, on the live right now, giving and sharing. Come on, man. Come on. That's why we got to cultivate the culture. Like the culture that we have on TeamAlliance is powerful. You never know what's going to come out of these lives. And I'm very thankful for Facebook, for YouTube, for Twitter, for Instagram, for all these platforms that make it possible for us to share. You know, like we on here just, I'm on a video talking, and we're just sharing and talking amongst one another. Come on, man. But we're building at the same time. It's awesome. What's up, Jonathan? Alright, so I gotta get up out of here. But yo, I always appreciate you guys for coming on, hanging out. You know, y'all could be doing a whole lot of other stuff with your Friday. But you know, spending right here with TeamAlliance. So you gotta love this, man. Nothing but nuggets. Nothing but nuggets. Somebody just gave a mean face. Who the heck was that? Who the heck was that? Oh no, that was somewhere else. Okay. I was about to say, what? Alright, y'all. So listen, I'll see y'all on Sunday night. I'll check y'all out in the group chat. Y'all already know what it is. Everybody in TA. Deuces. I'm out. Peace.